I think the teaching of writing is challenging, especially in the primary grades, because students come to us with such a range of understanding and a range of abilities. And it's hard for us to get our head around how to teach all of those different children in different places simultaneously. That's where Writer's Workshop works beautifully, because you really can meet the needs. It's the very best form of differentiation. You can meet the needs of all of your students wherever they happen to be. I also think that if teachers are not writers, that presents a particular challenge. I recommend that teachers write with their students the first 5 or 10 minutes every day in Writer's Workshop, and that helps you to really get an understanding of what your students are grappling with. And it helps you to model, it helps you to respond to their questions as a colleague. If you're not writing, you come to it from a place of an outsider rather than an insider, and that makes it a lot tougher. Oh, you're the teacher of primary children. They will love whatever you write. When I write with young children, I write anecdotes about the things that have gone wrong in my day. I tell them about the coffee cup that I put on my dashboard as I was backing out of my driveway, and how that coffee spilled on my pants and it was my only clean pair of pants. And young children relish in those stories. They just can't get enough of them. I'm honest though. Some days are better than others, and on my very best days, I'm writing about my kids or my dog or my dreams. On my less noble days, I'm writing a note to the teacher across the hall saying, "Are we still on this afternoon?" And in my least noble days, I am writing my grocery list. But when a first grader or second grader says to me, "Mrs. Jacobson, what did you write about today?" I can say, "I wrote my grocery list." Every first grade teacher knows that you get students going. You've done the mini lesson, they're off, they're beginning to write, and within moments, usually before the teacher can even get around the room one time, one child says, "Mrs. Jacobson, I'm done," and that's it. First graders in particular want to be the best, the brightest, but more than anything, they want to be the fastest. And so as soon as one child says, "I'm done," the others fall like dominoes. Everyone in the room is suddenly done. Whether they have just a picture or a word, 2 words, they're done. And so this book is all about preventing that from happening. Never hearing those 2 words again, "I'm done." The mini lessons. The book provides a year of mini lessons, and they are intended to help primary teachers match writing content with the development of their students. Primary students come into the classroom looking very different in September than they will in January. There's a vast difference in the growth of the writer. So the mini lessons, which are organized around 6 traits, spiral. I begin the year introducing Writer's Workshop through mini lessons and ideas, writing with focus and clarity and quality details. And then ideas comes back again in February because, as I said, students are in such a different place and they're ready to consider, say, quality details from a level of more maturity and a level of more understanding. There's a major misconception about primary children, and that is that they need to be provided with a whole basket of tools before they can begin to write. They need to know their letters, they need to know their letter sounds, when in truth, most 4.5-year-olds, 5-year-olds come to school believing, "I'm a writer." If they've held a crayon, if they've held a pencil, they believe that they can write. And I think it's our job not to back them up, but to build on that desire to continue communicating. Young children don't separate drawing and writing, so yes, initially a lot of them will be pre-writing and writing through illustration, but that's perfect. They're learning so much about what they want to convey to the world. it takes very few knowledge of very few letters and letter sounds in order for young children to be able to write. And so I think on the first day of school, we talk to them as colleagues, as writing colleagues, and we inspire them to communicate, and we build on what they come knowing. Rather than, another way of backing students up, the letter of the day backs students up. Not that they don't need to know their letters and their letter sounds, and they need that instruction, but another way that we back students up is with fill-in-the-blank sentences. I can, or I like, believing that they can only provide a word at a time. All of this, I think, really slows down both their writing and their reading development. Mostly, I want readers to be empowered by this book, to know that they can put together a writer's workshop in which their children are going to flourish. There's a chapter on routines in the classroom that empower students to be independent. There's a chapter on simply ways of setting up your classroom that allow students to be more independent. There, as I mentioned, a year of mini lessons. It's not just theory, it's a real how-to guide. I think that I tried to provide suggestion after suggestion after suggestion that if teachers apply, are going to see immediate results.